I arrived to the hospital with my mother for a scheduled outpatient surgery. I was worried about having surgery and had the fear of dying under anesthesia. I also disliked the process because I can always taste the plastic and fluid. I also, still dislike needles. My doctor was a very sweet and soft-spoken man. Once in the surgery room, he visited with me and assured me everything would be fine. I drifted off and I remember the experience like it was yesterday. I woke up during the surgery and could hear my doctor and the others quietly speaking. I didn't feel anything and was not worried at that moment about moving or opening my eyes. I was fully conscious and very aware that I was having surgery. At first, I felt like I was lying down and that I had a body. But then I felt like I was only in this space in my head. I remember questioning, why can I hear them? Why am I in here awake? It's a mistake. I will drift off back to sleep soon. But I didn't. I began to question really hard, why can't I hear them? For a moment, panic set in. Everything started spinning really fast inside my head. I swear I saw my brain, the pathways, and loops. It got very loud, fast spinning and rumbling. Then, I started flying very fast through a tunnel. I was moving so fast that I couldn't see, but thought I saw the tunnel. It looked tan and brown with specks. There was light with more light toward end of the tunnel. I was going so fast. I felt like I was lying down then was upright in the tunnel. Then, all of a sudden, I was in silence. I was up high at the ceiling and I felt someone or something near me on my right. I didn't feel like I had a body, it reminded me like I was the childhood character, Casper, the friendly ghost. I remember not being told by whomever was next to me, but knowing I was to look down. With a big gasp coming from me, I giggled quietly and said, "Wow, I can see that." I giggled some more with my hands over my mouth. I saw my body lying below with my doctor and others around me. They looked so far away. I remember having to look around the surgery lights to see below. I could see that my pelvic region was being held open in a triangle shape. I remember knowing it was my body, but having absolutely no emotional connection to it or anything else. I wasn't aware of who I was, my life, children, or family. I do distinctly remember feeling like I was a child around age 6 or 7, full of bubbly joy. I often wonder about that, or was I a free soul full of childlike joy? In this space there was an incredible feeling of joy and overwhelming love. I can't even explain the warmth. I still had something staying very close to me. It was watching me, protecting me, and even letting me know to be very quiet when I giggled. I remember feeling ready to go on. I was so incredibly happy and joyful. I felt there was more behind me. As I began turning around to look behind me, I knew somehow that I had to go back. In a flash and a loud thud, I was back in my body. I heard my doctor say clearly, "Okay, let's close up now." I drifted off to sleep and later woke up in the recovery room with my doctor bending over me that everything was fine. He said, "You won't be able to have any more children. I couldn't do laser surgery. We had to open you up." After that, I slept and woke to a very worried-looking anesthesiologist staring at me intently. I was kept in the recovery room for 6 hours. My mother waited many hours before being told anything. I was kept overnight for observation because my blood pressure was too low. My experience was beautiful, joyful, full of the warmest love, and it changed my life forever. Everything in my life was sweeter, tastier, clearer and more colorful. But, the fact that I was most likely close to death, I'm very fearful of possible future surgeries. Though I did have an outpatient surgery a few years ago and let the doctors know of my concerns, everything went fine. For that surgery, I run joyfully through fields of huge, tall flowers in the sunshine. Where I laughed, felt warm, loved and joyful again. Thankfully, there was no tunnel or watching.